Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Depths of Thought. I'm your host, and today we're diving deep into a topic that affects us all: motivation. We've all been there, staring blankly at a to-do list, feeling the weight of procrastination, and wondering where that initial spark went. But what if I told you there was a simple trick, a single habit that could drastically improve your daily motivation? Sounds too good to be true? Well, join me as I put it to the test, and we'll see if it actually works. Stay motivated every day with this one simple trick. Ever felt that motivation is some elusive beast only showing up when it pleases? You're not alone. In fact, research shows that a staggering 92% of people struggle with consistently maintaining their motivation. But here's the surprising fact. It's not an innate trait, and it doesn't require some Herculean effort. A massive chunk of our daily motivation can be influenced by one simple habit. This isn't about grueling routines or drastic life overhauls. This is about a tiny tweak that can make a monumental difference. Let's explore what that might be. We all yearn for that consistent drive, the thing that propels us forward, but the reality is often a roller coaster of highs and lows. Why is maintaining daily motivation such a challenge? Well, there are several culprits. We're bombarded by distractions, constantly needing to navigate a world buzzing with notifications, social media alerts, and endless streams of information. Our attention spans are shrinking under the digital deluge, making it harder to focus on tasks and goals. Then there's the dreaded burnout. We push ourselves to the limit, chasing deadlines, juggling multiple commitments, and often sacrificing self-care in the process. This relentless pace depletes our energy reserves, leaving us feeling fatigued and uninspired. It becomes a vicious cycle. Our lack of motivation leads to procrastination, which creates more stress, which further crushes our will. Lack of direction also plays a significant role. If we're unsure of why we're doing something, our motivation will naturally wane. Vague goals like be successful offer no solid foundation for action. Without a clear purpose, our efforts feel aimless, and it's a struggle to get the ball rolling. We end up feeling adrift, easily tossed about by daily obstacles. Peeling back the layers, the psychology of motivation. To truly conquer the challenges of motivation, we need to understand its underlying psychology. Motivation is rarely a constant force. It ebbs and flows, tied to a complex interplay of internal and external factors. At its core, motivation is driven by two primary elements: intrinsic motivation, the internal desire to do something for its own sake, like the joy of learning, and extrinsic motivation, which comes from external rewards or pressures, like a promotion at work. While extrinsic motivation can provide a quick boost, it's ultimately intrinsic motivation that fuels long-term commitment. We're far more likely to stick with habits when we find inherent satisfaction in the process. However, this doesn't always come naturally. It often requires a conscious effort to cultivate a positive mindset and create consistent habits. Our brains also crave immediate gratification, so tasks that don't offer instant rewards can be harder to tackle. This is why we often procrastinate on complex projects, chores, or anything that feels tedious. We're wired to seek pleasure and avoid pain, and resisting that biological programming requires significant mental effort. This is also where the power of habits comes into play. Consistency is key. Motivation often follows action, not the other way around. Think of it like a muscle. The more you consistently take action, the stronger your motivational drive becomes. It creates a sense of forward momentum. The key: a tiny habit for monumental motivation. Okay, so we've discussed the problems, the psychology, And now it's time for the reveal. The one simple trick that might just transform your daily motivation is making your bed each morning. Yes, it's that seemingly insignificant, mundane task you likely do on autopilot, or maybe not at all. But hear me out. Making your bed is a small, easily achievable victory that sets a positive tone for the rest of the day. It's a tangible accomplishment you experience immediately. It's a tiny act of self-care, signaling that you're taking control and starting your day with a mindful action. Here's how it works on a psychological level. First, it's a micro habit with minimal resistance. There isn't a huge mental hurdle to overcome. It requires little effort and yet leaves you with a sense of accomplishment. Second, it's a form of positive reinforcement. By completing this small task, you're creating a cycle of action and reward, training your brain to associate productivity with positive feelings. Third, the act itself contributes to a more organized environment. A tidy bedroom can promote a sense of calm and clarity, which in turn makes it easier to approach other tasks with focus and enthusiasm. You're setting yourself up for a day of success, even in a small way. This one simple habit, when done consistently, can snowball into bigger and better habits. It primes our brains for success and creates a domino effect that spills into other areas of our lives. Think of it as the first stone in a pathway to greater motivation and productivity. The ripple effect from bedroom to big goals. The power of a made bed is not in the act itself, but the mental shift it creates. It's a symbol of discipline and self-mastery, and it reminds us that even the smallest effort can make a significant impact. By tackling this easy task first thing in the morning, we're telling our brain that we're capable, that we're in control, and that we can achieve our goals, one small step at a time. This simple trick is not a magic bullet for all motivational issues, of course, but it can be an incredibly effective launching pad for a more driven and productive day. It helps us break the cycle of procrastination and discouragement, and it reinforces feelings of accomplishment. It's the snowball effect in action, starting with something small and building momentum as you move through the day. Small steps, big changes. So that's the trick, making your bed every morning. It might seem insignificant, almost too simple to be effective, but it's precisely its simplicity that makes it so powerful. Remember, motivation is not some mystical, untouchable force. It's a skill that can be cultivated and nurtured through consistent action and a positive mindset. As we've explored, challenges to motivation are common, from distractions to burnout, and the psychology behind motivation ebbs and flows with our daily experiences. Yet, by adopting small, consistent habits like making our beds, we can create a foundation for enhanced productivity and a more energized daily life. You might not suddenly feel like you can conquer the world on day one, but over time, the consistent action will build momentum. The key is not to be overwhelmed by big goals, but to take that first step, however small, every single day. Let this simple morning ritual be that step for you. Now I'd love to hear from you. What are your struggles with motivation? Have you tried making your bed consistently? Let me know in the comments below. Sharing our experiences is a big part of the Depths of Thought community, and I love learning from all of you. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on how to achieve your goals, then click the link on the screen now for another video on mention a related video on your channel. Don't forget to subscribe to Depths of Thought so you don't miss any of my